Hey y'all, what's good, what's poppin', what's happening, how y'all doing? If you're new here, my name is Joy. If you're returning, you already know what it is. Thank you for rocking with your girl. And I just wanted to just chit chat with y'all. That way I know there's some new subscribers. Y'all can get to know me. We can chit chat in the comments. I love and appreciate everybody that's subscribed, everybody that comments on a video. The new subscribers from TikTok, thank y'all so much and welcome to the gang. Okay, welcome to the family. And there's been a lot a lot going on in my life. Like, I don't know what was in the air like all of November, but something was very much in the air. So if you guys seen my last video, I said that I quit my job. So we're gonna just start right there. If you guys been keeping up with me, you've been following me, you follow me on TikTok, you know that I have been a dental assistant for roughly like 3.5, almost 4 years. And I've worked at a general office when I first started during COVID. And then I did that for a year. I moved to Atlanta in 2021 and I worked at a general/surgery office as well. I lived in Atlanta for about 3 months. It wasn't really my vibe. I also didn't give myself like a chance to learn and grow and figure things out there. And so I decided to move back home. And I moved back home to California, which is where I'm from. If you guys are new here, I'm born and raised from California, San Francisco, the Bay Area, and I now live in Florida. So moved back to California, worked at an orthodontist office, moved to Florida, which is where I live now, and I was working at an orthodontic office. I had applied at a couple offices before I moved here, and then the most recent office that I was at, I had applied there and they denied my application, and then they ended up hiring me a little while later. I will say that the office that I interviewed at were predominantly white. There was one office, the guy was like Middle Eastern. I'm not sure like what his ethnicity or background was. Like I'm assuming he was Middle Eastern. And then it was brought to my attention that he was Muslim. It's very interesting to me that like people or in this field, in terms of the doctors that I've worked for, they expect you to know things or want you to know things, but they don't want to teach you, they don't want to train you, and they also don't want you to ask questions, which is a little strange to me because it's like, how am I supposed to know if I don't ask? And then like oftentimes, like I know that I have prior experience and you know that I have prior experience, but like I'm still gonna ask because every doctor is different. They like things done a certain way. So I generally like to ask a lot of questions, and I was raised and taught to ask a lot of questions, because if you don't know, you should ask, right? Asking is better than assuming, and I would rather ask and know the answer than to assume and be wrong. So in terms of my dental experience, they don't really want you to ask questions, and I don't know if it's my personality or like how I ask things or how I come off that like people think that I'm like questioning their authority, and that's never the case from my perspective and my intention, but I guess that's their perspective. But like I genuinely am generally asking, and I say that to people and they're like, but why? So my most recent dental experience, I did not have a pleasant experience. If you've seen my video, you know the doctor just was he was a chill doctor. I think he wanted to be my friend more than he wanted to be my employer. And his wife came off very aggressive, and I don't think that there was any need for it. He was very passive aggressive, so like their relationship didn't really work well together to me in terms of like in the office. And then having a wife that doesn't really know how to help you or assist you, but like wants to tell us what to do, but like you're not really helpful. So how can you really tell me what to do, right? So it just was a negative environment. Like when I first started, I was like happy to go to work, excited to go to work, like I was really putting my best foot forward. And then a little while later, it kind of just started going downhill. And the girls that had trained me like told me about the red flags, things that were going on, that I wouldn't stay long, nobody stays long. And I would say after like 6 months, I could definitely see how and why. And I even saw it like the first week that I was training, but I was like, you know, I'll let it slide, give them a pass. You know, everybody has their days, right? And things just continued. And I think for me, like I work better in a very positive work environment, and where, you know, people communicate, and just overall just good communication and good work environment. That's what I like. And this just wasn't the office for me. I stuck it out for a year, and you know, I did what I had to do, and you know, my time was up, and I'm very happy that I left. I'm happy that I quit, because I'm so much happier and more at peace, or like pleased in life, in my day-to-day life, because I was like dreading going to work every day. I was like upset, frustrated, bothered, and it's like 7 o'clock in the morning, and I have to like, I'm naturally a happy person, but like it's hard to be happy around people that are like angry and upset and negative. And like their energy like rubs off on you know, happy, positive people. And then you can also tell when like people that have bad energy just like are consistently having bad energy. Like they have no desire to like change it. Like they're okay with like how their life is. So I ended up quitting my job, and I quit my job on my day off. And then me and my coworker had already planned to go get piercings. She wanted her nose pierced, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get my tongue pierced. We had to talk about it for a little while. So literally the same day I quit my job, we ended up going to get piercings. So I got my tongue pierced, and you guys probably seen that in some other videos. I got the snake eyes piercing. And I love it. I'm so glad I got it. It's so cute. I've had it before. Pain like probably like a 4 out of 5 out of 10. Really wasn't that bad. And I really needed some type of physical pain for like how I was feeling, because like when I first quit my job, like I was upset, I was frustrated, I was bothered. I couldn't believe that like me asking for communication was like gonna cause like such an issue. So that was that. And I also felt like guilty for like quitting, and I had like told my homegirl this, and she was like, it's because you cared about your job, like you genuinely liked your job. So yeah, you know, it is what it is. It was what it was. It was fun while it lasted. I enjoyed my time, and I'm, you know, grateful for all the experiences that I've had in Florida so far. So a little while later, I had already planned on quitting my job before I went on my trip back home. I did go back home to the Bay Area for my birthday and Thanksgiving. Traveling back home is like bittersweet. Originally when I had gone home, like the first year I moved to Florida, I was just like, oh my god, like I'm back home, it feels so good to be home. And then I had some family things going on, and I was like, okay, like I think I'm ready to come back. Like, but I also had to like learn my lesson in terms of like living in Florida. And so like me going back home, like I'm seeing friends, I'm seeing family, I'm seeing, you know, back in like my comfort zone. And so like I didn't want to move home because I was comfortable. I didn't want to move home for all the wrong reasons. And so like I just been, you know, waiting it out and, you know, trying to really understand my purpose of being here in Florida. And I'm grateful for the experiences that I've had in Florida. And I feel like I have learned my lesson about why I'm in Florida. And now that I've learned my lesson, I'm ready to move back home. When people ask me like, oh, why did I come to Florida? I came to Florida because I had a really good time in Miami. I had been here as a child and I really liked it. I'd been here as an adult and I really liked it. Although I moved to a city I'd never been to before, I still overall had a great experience. Like, the good outweighs the bad, okay? And so I just feel like I needed to learn my lesson in terms of like what was my purpose and intention, like what did God and the universe have in store for me? What was I supposed to learn in Florida? And I will say, like, I learned one, to be more confident in myself. Like, I was nearly not as confident in myself as I am now. And I would think people used to think that I was very confident, and I definitely could like project it or make it seem that way, even though I wasn't. So just being more confident in myself, really standing up and sticking up for myself, because here in Florida I have no family, no friends. I moved here by myself. So I had to really like speak up for myself and just really stand on business, stand my ground, and not let anybody play with me, because I'm literally here by myself. So there's nobody to call to help me. There's nobody that can help me get out of anything, help me figure something out, because I don't know anybody here. And so at first, when I first moved here, I was like crying for like the first 6 to 8 months, and I was just like, like, I just want to go home. Like, and it was like, I want to go home because of my comfort, but I also was just like, I literally have nobody here. I'm literally figuring this out by myself with no help. So just confidence, standing my ground, sticking up for myself, and then really like figuring out who I am, the type of person I want to become, because I'm not in my comfort zone. I'm not where I know people and people know me and whatever else the case may be. And so it was truly like a finding myself journey, finding what I like, what I don't like, friends, dating, you know, just seeing something completely different than what I'm used to on the other side of the world, and I'm very grateful. And then also living in Florida, like, you know, going to the beach, seeing like, I would guess you would say like millionaires or people that are wealthy and have their own businesses, and people like yachts and, you know, high rises of different sorts. Like, I truly enjoyed that, and that really motivated me while I've been here. And I should have put in a lot more effort into my business than I did. However, I'm working on it now, so that's what matters. But I'm just grateful for the experience that I've had in Florida. And yeah, so with that being said, I am moving back home. I do have a time frame and like, you know, when I'd like to move and stuff, but I'm just gonna keep it to myself as of right now, so I can just figure some things out. But I definitely have made the decision to move back home. I want to be with my friends and my family, and I just really want to work on being a better friend and being a better family member to the ones that I have, because I kind of left because I was like, oh, like, my family's doing their own thing, they don't really need me, nobody really cares. You know, my friends are doing their own thing, they don't really need me, they don't really care. And that wasn't really the case. And so, and I also was just like, oh, I'm gonna move away, start my own life, start my own family. And I should have just like maybe took a vacation, took some time to like go on a retreat or just figure some things out, so that I could be a better friend and family member while I was home, instead of trying to leave to go create a new one. And that was also like the root of the problem, is like I was running or like leaving leaving what I wanted. I was leaving what I wanted to go create one elsewhere when I should have just been fixing what I had at home. And that was also another lesson in terms of being in Florida and like visiting back home and stuff. And I needed the time away because I also feel like I had outgrew my environment in terms of being at home in California in the Bay Area. And living in Florida really put a lot of things into perspective for me as a person, for like my career goals, my personal goals, and just how I want to live my life. So for my 26th birthday, I went out for brunch with my friends and my family and stuff, and I am truly grateful for like my friends and my family that showed up for me, because it truly made a difference, because I generally don't do things for my birthday because I always feel like nobody's gonna show up for me. Like, nobody cares. Like, what's the point of planning a party if nobody's gonna show up? And then you feel like you have friends or people that care about you, and then like your birthday comes around and it's like nobody's there, nobody's here. So it's like I could have just did whatever I wanted to do anyway. So the past couple of years, like, I've done solo trips, or I've just gone out with just like one or two friends here and there. And I know everybody else has their own things going on, so it just meant a lot to me that like everybody that I invited showed up for me, and that's all that I wanted, and I'm very happy. So I also just wrote down some things, like 6 things that I learned in this past year towards like being 26. So like I said, confidence is key. Believing in yourself, truly believing in yourself, and having faith that everything is working out for you. Everything is happening for you and not to you. And you just have to have so much confidence. And I know people can oh my god. I know people can kind of like confuse confidence with like cockiness, but I really love like Tyler the Creator, because you have to be your biggest fan. You have to believe in yourself and have faith and have so much confidence that it's going to work out, and anything that you can possibly dream up can happen. And generally people are like offended or bothered or project their insecurity on other people because other people are confident or secure within themselves. But like, you literally cannot tell me a fucking thing about me. Whether you know me or you don't know me, you cannot tell me shit about me, because I know me better than anybody else, and I'm always working towards being a better person and growing. So I can take constructive criticism. However, I'm not gonna allow anybody to make me feel less than. Got it? So number 2, don't rush anything. Life isn't in a hurry, so why are you? And I say that because that is also like a part of like why I'm leaving Florida, but we'll get into that. There's no rush to like find your purpose, figure things out. We're all winging it. There's no rush to get married, to have kids, whatever it is. There's honestly, truly no rush. Why are we in such a hurry to obtain all these things, and we have so much time? And even if we don't have time, because time isn't real, there's no need to rush, because we have time to figure it out. And as somebody that just turned 26, I knew what I wanted to be doing career-wise, but I didn't put forth the energy and effort into it up until now. I didn't realize that that's something I wanted to be doing full-time, or that I would genuinely enjoy. I didn't also do enough research, and now that I'm more knowledgeable, I'm like, okay, that's genuinely what I want to be doing, because I've had this same goal for like years. So it's like, why would I not be working towards this goal if this is what I really want to be doing? Why would I go and do something different just for the money or just for the financial benefit when I could do what I love, because the money's gonna come anyway. Number 3 is create a routine: gym, work, school, hobby. Set a routine for yourself so that you are on track. And when people say like health is wealth, like getting in the gym, eating right, you know, it's really for longevity and not just right now. And also creating a routine sets a tone for yourself, sets a tone for the other people around you, that you are disciplined and you have structure in your life. You have order. You know, hey, I go to the gym at 6 o'clock every morning. I go to work at 8. I have an art club, art class, whatever, every Thursday, whatever it is that you would like to be doing. But I think that it's just very beneficial to have a routine, so that you stay on track with your dreams and your goals. And so like another point, just, I don't necessarily like to make like yearly goals, but I like to like set goals like 3 months and 6 months at a time, so that I'm still on track. And sometimes you might have to pivot or change direction in terms of what you're doing in life, but overall you have, you know, a routine and some structure, and you're working towards the goals that you want. And number 4, follow your dreams. Like I just said, follow your dreams, because the money will come. Whether you want to be an artist, a rapper, a chef, you want to do hair, you want to do makeup, you want to do architecture, whatever it is that you want to be doing, follow your dreams and go after it. Don't let anybody tell you no. Don't let anybody discourage you or stop you from what you truly want in life. If money was not an option, what would you be doing? And you don't have to tell me, you don't have to put it in the comments, but like, if money was not an option, what would you like to be doing? And there's some people that don't have a passion, don't have a hobby, don't have anything particular that they would like to be doing. And even if you don't, that's okay. That's completely okay. But make sure that if you're working, you should be doing something that fulfills you in some sort of way, that isn't draining or negative or boring, and just brings you some bit of ease throughout your day. So like right now, I'm not a dental assistant, but I'm a waitress, and I've been a waitress since I was 19, and it fulfills me. I don't hate my job. I don't hate working. I don't hate, you know, the people that I work with or anything. And even though it's not, you know, like the best paying job or the highest paying job, I am still happy and at ease when I go to work. I'm not stressed out. I'm not in a negative work environment. And that's what I care about. Like I said, don't do things for the money. Allow yourself to pivot. Allow yourself to change your mind. We're only in our 20s. We have time to figure things out, and it's okay. It's okay. We're all winging it, and just trust the process. Like, trust that it's all gonna work out for you, no matter what it is. If it's a job, a relationship, your family, your passion, your dreams, it's all gonna work out. It's all going to work out. It may not be right now, but you, like I said, you just have to trust the process and give yourself time. Take it day by day and do what you can with what you have. Number 5 is consistency is key. Discipline over motivation, and keep showing up. This has been hard for me, especially like with my period and my cycle and trying to stay focused in the gym, and then my job when I was working at the dental office. It was hard for me to stay disciplined even through like whatever I was going through personally at home, or just my internal battle with my thoughts in myself and imposter syndrome. And even like with YouTube, like there's been times where it's hard for me to keep showing up because, you know, I see other people like taking off and I'm like, oh my god, like I feel like I'm putting the work in and these people are like blowing up out of nowhere. And then I'm like, what am I doing wrong? And it's not even that I'm doing anything wrong. It just isn't my time yet, and that's okay. And so just keep showing up. If you like to cook, keep cooking. If you want to do makeup, if you want to do hair, if you want to sell a product, do your research and keep trying, keep showing up, because the results are only going to come if you keep showing up. And I've had to start my fitness journey over like so many times, and I'm about to start it over again. And the gym really clears my head. I feel like I have so much mental clarity when I leave the gym. Like, it's such a stress reliever. I just feel at ease. Granted, there's a lot of people in there and there's generally a lot going on, but for the most part, it's very like, it's a good stress reliever for me, and I just have so many good positive thoughts and energy when I leave. I'm just so motivated. I feel like Superwoman. I can like conquer the world when I leave the gym. And I absolutely love that feeling. And then number 6 is gonna be have an emergency fund. There have been so many times in my 20s where like I had an emergency fund and then I blew it, and then I had one again and then I blew it. And oftentimes, and I tell other people this, like, your 20s are for figuring things out. Your 20s are really your true teens, honestly. And then your 30s are your 20s, but with more money. And that's really it. Just save your money. You don't have to buy everything off Amazon, and it's all gonna work out. So that's it for today. Thank y'all so much for watching. I love and appreciate y'all. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, you are beautiful just as you are, and I will see y'all in the next video.